Hello, welcome back to another Marvel Champions live stream. Today we are doing a hero pack review of the newest hero in the Marvel Champions universe, at least for the United States, Valkyrie. So what we are doing on this stream is playing through 4 games with Valkyrie, 1 game in each of the 4 different aspects. Then we'll kind of the first fight of, I'm not going to be able to pronounce that name. But hey Josh, how you doing? So we're going to be playing through 4 different games. We're going to be talking about Valkyrie, talking about her mechanics. We're going to be ranking them at the end of the stream, and we are fighting against Taskmaster tonight. So Josh's suggestion for my last hero pack review, which was Vision, so go check that out if you haven't already, was to switch up the modular sets in between games, and so that way we can kind of highlight the different strengths that each aspect brings to the table. And so that's what we're doing. So Taskmaster, we are going to start with Aggression, because I think that is kind of what everyone thinks of when they think of Valkyrie, is the aggression build, the minion killing build. And so we're going to start with Aggression. We'll kind of flex between the other couple as we kind of feel how we're going. Nelson plus Valkyrie. Okay, got it. Okay. Nelskari. I love it. Okay, thanks. Sorry, I don't always pick up on your excellent wordplay. So, the Val's son. Hey, Starry, how you doing? So yeah, let's talk about Valkyrie real quick. So Valkyrie is from Asgard, similar vein as Thor, and I think that a lot of people see her as kind of the minion killer, kind of like Thor is in this game. And I think that she can be very good at that. I think that I want to challenge that stigma, though. I think that she can actually be pretty dangerous and pretty scary as a villain killer. And I think this works a little bit better in multiplayer. So I am excited to try her out in multiplayer against some villains where someone else can kind of handle the minions. But so 2 of these encounter sets are going to be pretty heavily minion heavy, so that we can check out and try and see how Valkyrie does handling the minions. And then 2 of them are going to be more focused on beefing up the villain, side schemes, that kind of stuff, so that we can see if Valkyrie can just take on the villain by herself. So Astari, yours is much easier to say. Yeah, Valson. So real quick, let's run through Valkyrie. Just kind of her stat lines, just to kind of talk through her a little bit, and so we kind of understand what we're getting ourselves into. So Valkyrie has a really fun alter ego side that I meant to look up before the stream, but I didn't. But so she has a setup ability that is set the death glow upgrade aside out of play. And then as an action, you can detach the death glow and set it aside out of play. So that would be once it's already set to enemy, whether that be a villain or a minion. So one thing that I will talk about here is that the setup ability has you pull out the death glow upgrade after at that point during the setup, when you're doing your hero actions. Marvel DB or Marvel CDB counts the death glow as one of her 40 cards. So I am running a 40 card deck including the death glow, and so effectively at the start of the game it becomes a 39 card deck. I think that there's still a little bit of confusion around if that is the correct way to play this. But I think rules is written, yes. Maybe design intent, no. Marvel CDB says yes. I'm going with yes. I think it gives her a little bit of a beef, and I'm not quite sure she could use a little bit of a boost, and so that's why I'm running the 40 card deck including the death glow. So she has 16. So like if you look at this card, she has 16 hero specific cards, and so that's how we're running the decks today. It's really easy at this point with the card pool to find one extra card if that is who knows anymore, Josh. I have no idea. It is kind of frustrating, kind of crazy, but We'll see. I think it shouldn't count as a card in the deck, but as word is now, there's no way to know for sure. Yeah, so who knows? Who knows? So with the card pool that we have today, it's super easy to find another card that can fill in that spot. But the decks that I'm publishing in the YouTube description below, if you're watching on YouTube, are included as one of the 40 cards. So I think that regardless, it's fine either way. So, but yeah, so that's what we're doing. So let's talk about. Oh yeah, we never actually talked about Valkyrie. So hand size of 6 in alter ego form, and then hit points of 12. So she's a tank. She's got some health. So that's pretty exciting. She also has a hero specific card that does increase her health, and so she can stay up and not need to recover. She also has a recovery of 4, so if she does get hit, she can come right back, which is pretty nice. Valkyrie side, so she's got a 1 fort, 2 attack, 1 defense, and then her death perception is not depth, but death perception. Hero action plays the set aside death glow upgrade as if it was in your hand. And so this is kind of the last thing that I'm going to talk about before we dive into it, is what is the death glow upgrade? And that is kind of what this deck revolves around. So a lot of these cards reference what happens when the death glow is attached to somebody, et cetera, et cetera. And so let's look at the death glow real quick. So death glow. So this is a condition, costs 1, which for some reason I thought it was 0. I thought it was 0 until I opened the pack, and making it 1 just like for some reason in my mind makes it a lot worse, but like it'll be fine. I think it would have been a little overpowered if it was 0, but that's what I was really excited for, is the to be 0 cost, and we'll see that here as we're playing through a little bit. But it says when an attached enemy is defeated, set this card out of play. If Valkyrie defeated that enemy, you get to ready her, and so you're able to attach this to an enemy, and then if you defeat the enemy, you get to ready Valkyrie. And then a lot of her cards affect the enemy that has the death glow attached. So I think it's a pretty unique design. A lot of people online are not the biggest fans of Valkyrie so far. However, just with her cards and just kind of seeing what she can do, I think if you're comparing her to Thor, she is a worse Thor, but I don't think you want to play her like Thor. So we'll see. We'll go through. We'll play these 4 games. We'll talk about it, and let's see what happens. Okay, so starting out with aggression. So we are going to start out with Taskmaster, and we're playing the Anachronauts. So this is a suggestion from the Discord. I think Trap had actually suggested it. So this is a pretty minion heavy encounter set, and they are actually pretty tough. Like they're disgustingly bad. So want to try and kill them as quickly as possible. So that's what we're doing for that. Let me go ahead and shuffle this, and we'll kind of talk about Taskmaster. So Taskmaster came from the Red Skull expansion box, and he has kind of a fun mechanic where he does a lot of like just kind of ping damage, where you're not especially taking an attack from him, but like when you flip up, you take damage, or when you when you at the start of the villain phase, you have to take damage or something. So there's a lot of damage there. Josh says that I saw a house rule that Chooser of the Slain auto attach death glow for free. Just Chooser of the Slain. Chooser of the Slain. Oh yeah, that would have been a good. So Chooser of the Slain, you go and find a minion, and then you get to draw 2 cards. So that would have made sense if you automatically attach it there. Then they're beefy minions, and watch out for those boost effects. I was looking through the boost effects. The boost effects are disgusting, so want to try and avoid that. So what is the aggression deck looking at doing? The aggression deck is looking at, it's kind of a standard minion killing deck, but not necessarily an overkill deck. And so we'll see how it works. I kind of tried to get the best of both worlds, and we'll see how that goes. I got a couple of looking for troubles and chasing downs to manage my threat. We got Fuselage in here because we've got actually a lot of passive ability weapons. Actually, not a lot. There are 2 passive ability weapons. There's the Dragon Farang and the other one, I don't know, Valkyrie Spear. So these are just passive effects. You don't have to exhaust them to do anything. And so having Fuselage to be able to exhaust a weapon you control, you still gain the benefit of that weapon. 5 damage for 2. Got a couple of Bringits. Machine Man. I didn't put Machine Man in all of these decks, but it's going to be hard not to. Angela's, a couple of different allies. Got Throg in here. He's a new ally from this pack. So if you're engaged with the minion, he gets a tough status card, which is just kind of fun. And a couple Mean Swings and a couple of Battle Furies. So the objective of this is to make her very strong and go to town on some minions if they're out there, and then hit the villain for all that we can while we don't have any minions attached. Hey Johnny Dice, how you doing? Yeah, the boost effects are really tough. Another biggest complaint, people wanted a card to easily move Deathglow. Yes, I think that we probably needed something to move Deathglow rather than hopping down to Alter Ego, or maybe like maybe make it free to attach, or pay 1 to move it, or something like that, right? Make it cost something to move, but who knows? You say you're bad at pronunciation, but I'm the first person to ever say Fuselage. Wait, now I'm paranoid. well, I'm glad whatever I said was the correct way to do it. So, alrighty, let's get into it. So, Taskmaster, we're playing on standard mode just because I don't joke. Yeah, so we're playing on standard mode just because I don't want to get my butt kicked really bad right out of the gate. Really, these videos are to highlight what Valkyrie can do, and so I want to have a little bit of time to build up before we kind of go in for the win. So Taskmaster has a forced response. So after someone changes to hero form, they discard the top card of the encounter deck and take damage equal to the number of boost icons on that card. So just ping damage. I think Valkyrie is not going to be the worst on this on this effect, because I really don't see Valkyrie rolling down, but maybe once, maybe twice a game. Like if I'm rolling down too much, then I think we're in trouble. So we only have one main scheme level here, and so we've got hunting down heroes. So set each captive ally aside out of play, and so there are 4 captive allies that hopefully we're gonna go get to find and play with some of these because they're pretty awesome. Search the deck for Hydra Patrol and put it into play. Shuffle the encounter deck. Hydra Patrol. So Hydra Patrol. D20 says full slide. Steve Kimmel says Fusiad. Though, yeah, it's the French take. Is it fuselage? Am I saying that right now? Or because I know that's a word that is in my everyday life. So okay, so side 1B of hunting down heroes. So we've got a forced response. After resolving step 1 of the villain phase, each player in hero form must either place 1 threat or take 1 damage. And if this stage is completed, we lose the game. That comes in, it starts out with 1 because we're playing a solo game. And then Hydra Patrol has a crisis icon. It has 2, and it says when defeated, each player searches the encounter deck and discard pile for a Hydra minion, puts it into play, engaged with them, shuffle the encounter deck. So got a little bit to do there. Setup ability is now to go in and find my Deathglow. And I think I understand the timing correct here, but like your Deathglow could get droned, right? Ends in odd of age. Fusillade. Okay. Sounds like Fusillade. Okay. We'll go with that. Thanks. Okay, so we've got our Deathglow. We're gonna set that outside of play. It's just actually just gonna be off screen because We don't have a huge table yet. I did order a new mat, and so that's going to expand it out, similar to my Arkham and Lord of the Rings videos, where the mat's a little bit larger, giving me a little bit more space, and so I'm looking forward to that. But let's get this thing started. Any advice before I dive in? Let's start looking. We got a bug, looking for trouble, Spider Girl, Quinn Carrier, Shield Maiden, and Energy. I kind of like these. No, you're fine. I totally fine, Josh. I really like Shield Maiden. So Shield Maiden is probably my favorite card, with probably my least favorite art in this whole set. So it says when the enemy with Deathblow attached enemy attacks, declare Valkyrie as the defender. She gets +2 defense, and she doesn't have to exhaust. And so that's I like it. I really like it. I'm really looking forward to this in the protection build. So okay, so we're not going to take a looking for trouble because we've got this crisis icon out here, so we're not going to be able to utilize looking for trouble at all. We do want to get a Quinn Carrier out. So I think, whatever this is, I'm going to put a Quinn Carrier into play. Shield Maiden, will be a good, it's not a defense event, so there is that, so we don't get to trigger a bunch of stuff. But but you are declared as a defender, so it wouldn't activate like flow like water or anything like that, but it would be able to activate anything that has her as a defender. So I think we're gonna do this. I kind of want Bug to stay out, see how long he can stay alive. Alrighty, so we'll do this. So we'll hold on to this. So we'll mulligan a Spider Girl. We got a Mean Swing and a Chooser of the Slain. So Chooser of the Slain is the search the deck for a minion and then draw 2 cards. So really good, really good. Okay, so let's start. So we're gonna start by flipping up to hero form. So when we do that, we have to discard the top card and take 3 damage. That's a bummer. Good start, good start. We're going to toss a Mean Swing and an Energy to play a Quinn Carrier. We are going to go Chooser of the Slain to search the encounter deck and discard pile for a minion and put it into play engaged with me. So what I like about this is they're not revealed. So there's a couple of these that are like the Hydra regular, right? So when this card is revealed, it's not revealed, so we don't have to incite 1. So it's just a 2 attack, 2 life minion. Now we get to draw 2 cards. There's another looking for trouble and a combat training. What a turn. Is the music volume good for y'all? Just still trying to figure it all out. So kind of want to get combat training out there. Combat training would be pretty good. Saw Quinn Carrier toss a looking for trouble to put a combat training out, so that's a +1 to my attack, which is nice. But then I don't get to put Bug out, so I think maybe down 1 tick. Cool. Minus 32.7 dB now. Hopefully that's better. You know what? I'm not going to do that. This will be the better long play, I think, to go here. Then we'll swing. We'll hit Hydra regular to kill him. Then then we'll be good. So into the phase 1. Sounds like it's back down to 0 volume. We'll get there eventually. 1 second. Big tick, I guess. Okay. Well, we'll see. I'll just continue to randomly change it, and then we'll eventually find it. So I'm going to hang on to Bug because I do want to get him out, and then we will go. Oh, I can't use Shield Maiden, actually. Because the Taskmaster doesn't have the Death Glow attached. So I don't think that I want to do that. I will have... I'll just toss Shield Maiden and we'll draw up. So Fighter the Valkyrie, Chooser of the Slain, 2, 4, 5, Battle Fury. Excellent. Okay. So perfect. So Valkyrie's Spear, it's a restricted. Valkyrie gets +1 defense, +2 instead of defending with the enemy with the Death Glow attached. So that's pretty nice. Battle Fury is once we defeat a minion, deal 1 damage to our hero, and then we get to ready ourselves. And then Flight of the Valkyrie is after an enemy with Death Glow is defeated, discard Flight of the Valkyrie. I just realized that wasn't Valkyrie. I don't know. Remove 5 threats from the scheme. So we've got some threat removal here. So starting out, we're going to place 1 here, and we will. We're at 9. We'll go ahead and place 1 more threat on there. And Taskmaster is going to attack me for 2 plus a boost. Give this enemy 2 more boost cards. So 2. Take 1 damage. Give this enemy another boost card. Two, 4, 6. Okay, well, cool. Well, we get to see Valkyrie's recovering ability, so that's gonna be fun. That was fun. That was fine. We're fine. How are you? And then we're doing a boost card. So the boost card is a Hydra Soldier, which has guard. When defeated, deal the engaged player an encounter card. Okay, so we're going to play Chooser of the Slain. Search the encounter deck and discard pile for a minion. Put it into play, engage with me. Hydra regular, and then get to draw 2 cards. Valhalla. So after Valkyrie attacks and defeats an enemy that has Death Glow attached, exhaust Valhalla, draw 1 card, and heal 1 damage from her. And then, hey, there's a Thor. So this is Thor Odin's son. This is a new ally from this pack, and so it's a toughness. When Thor attacks a minion, engage with the player, spend a lightning and an energy resource. Resolve this attack against each minion engaged with that player. So, and 3 attack. So pretty cool. Here for the minion slaying. Okay, so this is what we're gonna do. We're going to exhaust Quinn Carrier to attach the Death Glow to Hydra regular. We're going to toss a Flight and a Battle Fury to play Valhalla. And we're going to go ahead and swing for 3 at Hydra regular, which will kill it. So when the enemy is defeated, set this out of play. If Valkyrie defeated it, you get to ready Valkyrie. Boom. Then we'll exhaust Valhalla to heal 1 and draw 1. So there's Angela. don't quite think I want to put Angela into play, but because that's going to be another minion. Maybe. Actually, I'm going to put Angela out. We're going to put Angela out. So we're going to search the top 10 cards, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 for a minion. There's a Hydra regular. Both Hydra regular. Shuffle the deck. We're going to spend a Thor to play Deathglow onto Hydra regular. We will swing and kill Hydra regular, which will ready Valkyrie. Nope, Hydra regular goes into discard pile. And we will at 3. We'll spend, or we'll attack with Angela to deal 2 against Hydra Soldier. And we will flip down to Alter Ego and recover for 4. We'll put Valkyrie Spear into play. So that's +1 defense or +2 against the Deathglow. Excellent. Okay, sweet. So that's that turn. It's going to take a little bit of time to figure out the timing of all of this. When to attach, when to activate the upgrades, but it'll be fun. And the reason I didn't go ahead and kill this is because with next turn I can kill it with Valhalla, and I just wanted to recover. So we got Visit Valhalla, return a Valkyrie card from discard pile to your hand. See, now this is a good Alter Ego. This is your reason to go back down to Alter Ego form, is to grab some of the ones that you really need more than once. We got Shield Maiden, Fusillade, that book that shall not be read. Have at thee. So deal 7 damage to an enemy. If that enemy has Deathglow attached, this attack gains Overkill. There's a Strength and a Battle Fury. Awesome. Okay. Very cool. Okay, so I like the whole figuring out the timing with new heroes. It's a fun sequencing puzzle. It really is, and I think that there's going to be combos that will be discovered and timing that will be figured out with Valkyrie that will make her a very good hero. I just think that it's going to take a little bit of time to do that. So, Josh, though I was going to have to make a phone call. Apparently pizza guy just tried to walk into my house. My wife was asleep, so thankfully the door was locked. We didn't even order pizza. Well, that's a little scary. Walk into your house. That's weird. Yeah, go take care of that. I'll give you a recap when you get back. Okay, so. Okay, so here we go. Fusa and Necra should not be allowed named. Yes, exactly. So we're placing one here. We're not in hero form, so you don't have to activate the force response. Taskmaster is going to scheme for 1 + 3 is 4. Don't love that. Don't really love that. So that's going to take us up to 8, and then Hydra Soldier will take us up to 9. Astari wants a cheese slice. We're going to resolve this bad card, which when revealed, discard an ally or support I control. We'll discard Angela. Yeah, I don't like these Anachronauts. They're pretty nasty, but okay. So on my turn, we'll go ahead and play Visit Valhalla to I want to see if I can play that. There's that. Can't quite play everything that I want. You can't play Fusel. That kills that. Swing here for 1. Ready. Take care of that. Okay. So I will actually go and grab. I'll put it in the box with your whole pack. Nice. We're gonna grab a Chooser of the Slain just in case. We'll see how it all works out. Okay. So we're at 7. We're going to flip up. We're going to take flight. I'm going to flip up, discarding this card to take 1 damage because Taskmaster is dumb. We will exhaust Quinn Carrier to play Death Blow onto the Hydra Soldier. We will thwart 1 with Valkyrie. Then we will play a Strength and a Battle Fury to play a Have at Thee. So attack deals 7 damage to an enemy if that attack has that enemy has the Death Glow attached. This attack gains Overkill. Yep. So 7 damage here. It has Overkill, and so we're doing 2. So 5 goes on to Taskmaster, taking him down to 9. And Hydra Soldier dies. I deal myself a encounter card. Death Glow goes out of play, and I get to ready Valkyrie. I'm going to exhaust Valhalla to heal and draw, so to chase them down. Oh, okay. Well, this actually kind of this works. Yeah. Okay. Sweet. So now. She's a fun puzzle. I'll say that. I that would certainly make Hulk better. Getting a deep Chicago deep dish pizza, I would say so. Yeah, I would play Hulk a lot more. No, okay. Just trying to do math. Okay, so we're gonna. Oh, still in the response window. Sneaky, sneaky. Thanks. So we'll play Chase Them Down to go ahead and remove this last threat from Hydra Patrol. So when defeated, each player searches the encounter deck and discard pile for a Hydra minion and puts it into play. So you got it, the Hydra regular. But Chase Them Down is from any scheme, and so that's what I was trying to figure out is how to deal with that. So. So we still got that. We still got it. We still got rid of that, which is nice. Then we're going to we're going to toss Flight and Shield Maiden into play. Fuselage exhaust the spear to do 5 damage here. And then we will attack the Hydra regular here. So just clearing my board a little bit. Taskmaster is going to hit. I need to figure this out. I need to figure out threat because we're at 9 out of 12. And so that's... We'll have to see what we're doing there. So we'll ready up. Draw. There's my +4 hit points. Another chase them down. Have at the, and then Dragon Fang 2, 4, 5. Sweet. So at the start, we'll place 1 here. So we're up to 10 out of 12. Not the biggest fan there. And I'm going to take a damage. So I'm down to 6. Taskmaster is going to attack me for 2. I'll just take it. So 2 plus boost, discard 1 card at random from your hand, then give the enemy another boost card. So we've got 5. On a 6, we will re-roll 5. No, my Dragon Fang. Oh no, that's my attack. So that's what was going to give me a lot of attack. So I'd be swinging for like 5 against whoever has the death blow. So that's a little unfortunate. So 2 plus 1, so 3 total. And then we're going to take 2 encounter cards. So Hunted by Hydra. And so in Sight 1, when revealed, each player in hero form takes 1 damage and discards 1 card at random from their hand. Okay, so back down to 2. And now we're discarding from 4. So 3. Got to chase them down. There's my 4 gone. And caught off guard, discard an upgrade or support I control. We are going to, so we got 3, 5. It's just not enough. It's just not enough. I'll take Valkyrie Spear. I don't know how to win this. We'll go ahead and attach Death Glow to Taskmaster. No, by exhausting Quinn Carrier. Oh shoot! No, I didn't want to. Instead of Valkyrie Spear, I'm getting rid of combat training. I will thwart 1 here, so that goes down to 10. And then we will, gross. We'll toss a Have at thee and an air. No, we'll toss a Fusillade and a Have at thee for Aragorn to give myself 4 hit points. So that takes me to 6. Okay, we will stand up, hopefully draw something. So bring it, a genius, flight, power of aggression, and a main swing. Not great. Well, actually, I think I will be able to trigger this if we don't lose. So that will be 5. Maybe? No, I don't think so. So we'll get 2, 5. He has 9. Yeah, we're not gonna. I don't think we win this. We'll see. We'll see what goes on. So place 1 here, and I'll take 1 damage. Then Taskmaster is going to attack for 2 plus a boost card. I'll defend for 3. Boost card is 3, so I'll take 2. That is leadership, Aragorn. Yes. Yeah. It's kind of bluish purple, so it's not. Well, it could be Spirit Aragorn. I don't know, actually even know if that's a thing. But okay, and then reveal a card. King's chosen. Incite 1, so there's the game. Okay, so one thing that I learned is that we need to figure out how to mitigate threat here. So I think flight helps us with that, and I mean it's expensive, but it is needed. Just from a Taskmaster perspective, I think if we needed to take care of what's its face first, the Hydra Patrol. I needed to get rid of that instead of like maybe searching for all the minions. Just go in and grab more of that. Yeah, Deathglow. It's just really hard to. It would be really nice if you could like chain it and like kill ready, kill ready, kill ready, and you can do that, but it just takes your entire turn. And I think it works after you've built. So like when you have Valhalla, you have Dragon Fang, right? And then maybe like a combat training, right? You're sitting there at 5 attack. So you have a hand of 5 cards. You kill the first minion, you get to ready, exhaust Valhalla, you're back up to 5. So you can do it multiple times, but you just have to be built and you have to have someone else taking care of threat. Because if you play one flight of the Valkyrie, then you're down to, instead of 6, you're down to 3 cards. And so that's still 3 minions that you can take care of. It's just hard. Should attach to for free when a minion is revealed as a response. Yeah, that it just needed something. It needs something, and that's why. So let's go to Justice next. So Justice is one of them that I have built kind of around focusing on like Deathglow attached to the villain, right? So let minions. I'll figure out minions, but pay to move it. Yeah, and that would be really good, right? Like as a response, it's free, but then you can pay 1 to move it. Like yeah. I mean that makes a lot more sense. The other thing that I was talking with Jason about is that if it was free, and then maybe you nerf some of the cards that deal with it. So let's go to Justice next. I'm going to go to the Be Right Back screen. We'll set up the deck for Justice, but I want to try it going just like not trying to build towards taking care of minions, but taking care of Taskmaster himself. Let's see how that goes. So I will be right back and talk to you very soon. Alrighty, welcome back to game 2. We've got some comments, some chatter. So hey Jason, how you doing? Hey D20 Woodworking. Valkyrie is yet to be determined how good she is. I think that what I will say is I think that I am very excited for Valkyrie as a multiplayer in like a multiplayer game. I think that she can be very aggressive, and everything else is a little bit harder to come by. And so that's after one game, right? So we'll see how it goes with more games, but we'll see. But we're gonna try Justice because I didn't want to scheme out again. Her one thwart, and then I didn't take care of Hydra Patrol quick enough, which has that crisis icon. So I had to flip down because I got hit for like 8 in one turn, and then just basically schemed out pretty quickly. So I think that, you know, the modular Ceci was pretty tough. It's a pretty tough matchup, but we'll continue on to play. So I am excited to see her multiplayer. So I think that there will be a lot of kind of really fun builds with her multiplayer, and so we'll see. So we're going to move on to Justice, and this Justice deck is we're going to go against Ransack Armory, and so we wanted to come out with, or I wanted to do some games that aren't necessarily minion heavy. They are kind of more focused on me just trying to use the death blow to kill the villain. So we'll see how that goes. So this Ransacked Armory has some minions in it, and some like it beefs up minions, and so instead of quantity of minions, it's going to be some quality minions out here, I think. So Valk is going to become my 2020 version of Hulk. Can't wait. Just keep bashing my head against the wall till I make her great. I think that she can be there. I think that one of the other things is that just playing through the first game, she felt very tricky, very tedious. Like I need to do this first so that I can activate this, which leads to this, which is very rewarding once you understand and have figured out that kind of that flow. I just haven't yet. So I'm hoping by, getting through these games, that sounded bad. That sounded like a negative. By playing these games and then also playing more games with her in the future, I think that she can actually be pretty fun. And so, and pretty good. I think that she may, struggle to sit in that C, maybe B level of hero for solo play. But I think that she has some pretty interesting team ups with some people that can manage support. So we'll see how it goes. But I'm excited to hear your thoughts on Valkyrie. And so just that while we're all here, if you haven't yet, like this video, subscribe. It really helps the channel out. Also, D20 Woodworking in the chat, he's streaming Vision for the first time here, and I think almost exactly 4 hours. Oh wait, no, it's 4:51, not 4:31. So like 3.5 hours. And so go check him out and join the Discord. Always have to get that one in. All right, let's see where we're going. So this Justice deck is built around side schemes. Mainly, I wanted to go get the captive prisoner side scheme or whatever, and see if I could grab some of those, because I really want to grab those. I want to put them into play so I can start playing with some of these fun allies. I thought that would be kind of fun. So we got a couple one way or another's, a couple of ways to get rid of some side schemes, and so that's what we're going to be doing. Alrighty, so starting hand, Jessica Jones. We got to clear the area. I love seeing clear the area with Hydra Patrol out here, and that's fine, right? We just need mods and Serenados, a lot of others. Shine, absolutely, 100%. I think, yeah, we just have to find what those are. So for Justice, under surveillance of Valhalla and a Valkyrie Spear. So don't need a for Justice. I don't actually know if Valhalla, if I play this in this scenario, right? Because I want to, shoot, I need to go put that thing out of play. Death Glow is out of play. I don't like the way that I think that I want to try and run this deck is to have Death Glow attached to Taskmaster, and so therefore I'd only ever defeat 2 villains or two enemies with death blow attached. So I don't necessarily think that Valhalla makes it into the first hand. Definitely keeping clear the area. I think I definitely want to keep Valkyrie Spear. I have a lot of threat removal cards in this deck, and then hopefully allowing Valkyrie to do the majority of the damage. So once she has her Dragon Fang, she's swinging for 4, and so just a couple of cards in the deck like that. So I'm not relying on her weak thwart ability. Under Surveillance will be nice, I think, and then don't know if I get Jessica Jones in here. I think Jessica Jones is going to come back in later. So mulligan into a Chooser of the Slain, a Justice Served, and a Quinn Carrier. Cool. Okay, so let's figure out our lives. Okay, first off, we're going to flip up to Valkyrie. We'll discard this card and take 2, but we got rid of the Shadows, which is nice for gameplay perspective, but I also want to grab Shadows at some point during this day. We're going to go Chooser of the Slain to go grab one of those Hydra regulars so that we can kill him real quick. That will allow us to draw 3 cards, which would be nice. Or 2 cards, sorry. Shield Maiden and Sense of Justice. Okay. Trying to figure out what the play is here. We're going to toss a Justice Served and a Shield Maiden to play and under Surveillance to play Quinn Carrier. Don't know if that's the right move, but that's what we're doing. We will exhaust Quinn Carrier and toss a Valkyrie Spear to play Clear the Area, or no, to play Sense of Justice, and we'll exhaust Sense of Justice to play Clear the Area, removing 2 from Hydra Patrol. Actually, first, before I do that, sorry. I'm gonna swing and kill the Hydra regular. Then we will clear the area with Hydra Patrol, get rid of that, and then we'll bring in the Hydra regular again. That allows me to draw a card. And then I'm going to spin this card to go ahead and attach Death Blow to Taskmaster. Alrighty, sweet. So, ready? Kind of built, so we got one way or another, good. Flight, remove 5 threat, I think may not need that. Have at thee. So this is 7 damage, right? So 2 of these and we're good. We've got Annabelle Riggs. So this is her signature ally. So it's an alter ego action to exhaust her to search the top 5 cards of my deck for a Valkyrie card and add it to your hand, which is good, but I don't know how much I want to be in alter ego. So then my last card is going to be Have at thee. Okay, well, there's 2 Have at thees. I can't pay for them, but we do have a one way or another, so we'll see what happens. So 1 goes on here. I didn't draw like any of my 4 cards, which is kind of frustrating. We'll place 1 onto the main. Taskmaster will attack me for 2. I'll take it. So 2 plus 2 is 4. And then Hydra regular hits me for 2, so down to 2. So maybe I will use Nice opening. Valkyrie Best and Justice confirmed. I think that Justice may be a good spot for her. We'll have to see because I just got hit for a lot. Encounter card. When revealed hero, discard the top 5 cards. If an attack card is discarded this way, Taskmaster attacks you. So event, or sorry, not attack, a thwart, not attack, and not an attack. So Taskmaster does not attack me. Partial to Justice, so I'm liking what I'm seeing so far. Good, sweet. Okay. We're gonna one way or another. We're gonna go find Captured by Hydra. That's 5. Yeah, we'll do a Captured by Hydra. So we'll shuffle up these allies. We'll roll the dice for a 3. So don't quite know what that is, but it'll be fun to grab it. Deathglow makes so much sense to put on minions. Yeah. I think I should have thrown it on the Hydra regular last time. But here we are. I think I get to draw 3 cards. Machine Man, Agile Flight, and Skilled Investigator. So I don't have Aerial yet, and I just lost my way to get Aerial, which is Aragorn, so don't necessarily need that, so that's going to be a resource. Will give me a Skilled Investigator. We will exhaust Quinn Carrier and throw a Have-at-Thee for a Machine Man. And we will toss a Flight, Have-at-Thee, and Agile Flight for Machine Man, who will thwart for 4. And Valkyrie will thwart for 5. So taking care of Captured by Hydra. And we get Shang-Chi. So whenever we play him from our hand, we can spend a energy resource to stun an enemy. I get to exhaust Skilled Investigator to draw a card. So there's Wiccan, so that's kind of nice. I'll play Shang-Chi. And I'll toss Annabelle to stun Taskmaster. And then Shang-Chi will attack and kill the Hydra regular. And we're ready. Got another one way or another. There's an energy. Justice served, 2/4, and the power of justice. Okay, cool. So starting out, we'll place 1 here, and then I will go ahead and place one more. Josh, some call playing one way or another in Taskmaster cheating. I call it some of the most fun you can have in Champions. 100% agree. I think it's awesome. I think it's a lot of fun. And this is about having fun. So Taskmaster is going to attack me, but he's stunned. And we'll resolve, hey, captured by Hydra. There we go. So we got 1 out of 3. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that's a 1. If you're not cheating, you're not trying. True. And it's only cheating if you get caught. Not like these are recorded or anything. Okay, sweet. Okay, so let's thwart with Shang-Chi for 2 off of captured by Hydra. Then we'll thwart with Machine Man, throwing away an energy to thwart the last 3. And we get Moon Knight. So after you play Moon Knight, spend a wild resource and draw 2 cards. So we will definitely do that. Moon Knight Quinn Carrier, so draw 2 cards. Pivotal Moment and for Justice. I put Pivotal Moment in here so that I could prove to you that it's not a bad card. And I get to exhaust Skilled Investigator to draw a card. So Chooser of the Slain. Okay, so here we go. We're gonna toss a Power of Justice for a for Justice. We're gonna pass the Power of Justice for Justice. There's a card combo right there. The Power of Justice for Justice, which will remove 4 threat from the main scheme. We will Sorry, I'm thinking. I gotta think a little bit. 4 health. Moon Knight will thwart this guy. We're gonna play. I'm gonna play Chooser of the Slain. So I'm gonna pull back in Hydra regular. Allow me to draw 2 cards. There's an energy and a shield maiden. Okay. I have 2 energies in this deck. I just didn't put an energy instead of a mental, whatever that one's called. Genius. Just make that swap real quick. Oops. There you go. There, I'm cheating again. We will. I'm trying to figure out if one way or another is the right call here. Because I think I need my death stick is still in there, and so I want to grab that. But I think if I one way or another right now, I cannot take care of it. So we'll hold on to one way or another for next turn. And we will just have some fun. We'll go Genius for a Pivotal Moment, which will deal 5 damage to the villain, taking him down to 8. We will attack the Hydra Regular, which will kill the Hydra Regular. Then we will... We'll toss a Shield Maiden to play a Justice Served. And we'll hold on to Wiccan in one way or another. Okay, so we'll ready. And I was kind of joking about Justice thing earlier, but with one way or another and Chooser, she draws enough fuel. Yeah, she can. Yeah, that is very true. So there's a strength, a pivotal moment, and a have at thee. Okay, well, here's my damage hand, and this is my dragon thing. That's where I need it. Yeah, because yes, yeah. So I think that there are some deck builds out there. We just have to find them. So we'll place one here on the main. We will place a second one on the main. Taskmaster is going to attack me. I'm going to have Shang-Chi step in and take it. I think I'd rather have Shang-Chi shuffle back in the Machine Man because I'm about to shuffle my deck. So 2 plus 2, Shang-Chi dies. And we'll do a bad card. Captured by Hydra. You'll love to see it. You absolutely love to see it. So 1 to 3 is the top. So we're going to take this top one. And that comes with 5. I think that this is not normal and a lot of fun. That's my take on this game right now. But 10 out of 10 would do it. So okay, so okay, so here we go. That costs 1. Yeah. Okay. So we'll thwart 2 off of Captured by Hydra with Moon Knight. And then we'll thwart Strength Thwart for 3, killing Machine Man to get rid of Captured by Hydra. To get Electra. So when you play Electra from your hand, spend a fist resource, deal 3 damage to an enemy. Yeah, I'm loving the amazing encounter draw so far. That's pretty fun. I'm going to exhaust Skilled Investigator to go ahead and draw my dragon thing, which gives me a card. But okay, so now my question is, do we one way or another right now? Villain's at 8, so I can take villain to the second round, and I assume that once I defeat the first phase of the villain, Deathglow detaches, and I could ready Valkyrie at that point. Yeah. Okay. Okay, so let me toss a Wiccan for a dragon thing. So +1 attack, +2 attack when I'm attacking the Taskmaster. How's Justice been? Justice has been a lot of fun. I've been enjoying Justice. It has helped that I've gotten 3 of the captured Hydras, so that has helped a little bit. But we you know what? I got to do it. Strategically, I don't think that this is necessarily the right thing to do, but it seems like the most fun thing to do, and so that's what I'm going to do. We're going to do one way or another to get that last Captured by Hydra. Oh no. Oh, it was at the top of the deck again. Okay. It helps. It definitely helps. It definitely helps. So we'll place that. We've got 5. We'll draw a card. So, or we'll draw 3 cards. Valkyrie Justice. Jessica Jones. Hey, there you are. So we will. Okay. So we will go Valhalla and the Power of Justice for Jessica Jones. She will thwart for 2. She gets +1 thwart for each side scheme that's out. We will go Electra. So that will deal 3 damage to an enemy if I exhaust Quinn Carrier. Yeah, the Acronauts shenanigans were really annoying. I was kind of hoping to be able to grab this time, but I think it's not as bad because I got a skilled investigator, so I'll be able to take care of it next time. Now the question is do I move on? I think kind of the answer is yes. So I got 2 dead cards in my hand, right? So I want to use one of these dead cards to reattach Deathglow. So that's what we'll do. Hey, I'll actually get to ready. So we'll attack with Electra for 3. So 1, 2, 3, and then we'll attack with Valkyrie for 4, which will push Taskmaster into the next stage. And because Valkyrie defeated her, I get to ready. So Taskmaster comes in, deal each player an encounter card. So that's a couple of encounter cards that I have to resolve. And he's got 16 health. Okay. Then we will spend Pivotal Moment to go ahead and throw Deathglow back onto Taskmaster. Okay, sweet. And then I will thwart 1 off. No, that's insane. I will deal 4 to Taskmaster, taking him down to 12. We're ready. We'll draw. So one way or another. Aragorn. Shield Maiden. 2, 3, 4, 5. And clear the area. Sweet. Okay. Cool. Okay, so Hunting Down Heroes, we're going to place 2 on here. So that goes up to 4. Taskmaster is going to attack me for 2 plus a boost card. And I do have a Shield Maiden, which would give me 3, but I think it's just going to be easiest just to have Moon Knight take it. Yeah, Moon Knight's going to take it, so 2 plus 0. Moon Knight dies. Unfortunate, but 4 Great Justice. 4 Great Justice, yes. Then we're going to reveal a bunch of encounter cards. So we've got a Hydra Soldier. That's a little unfortunate. So it's because of guard. We've got a Hydra Hunter. So this gain attacking ranged and piercing. And then we've got an Armored Guard with guard and toughness. Well, this is when I really wish that I could this is the time where I really wish that I could have that Deathglow and swap it out with a couple of people, but yeah, right. Like at this point, I need to roll down to detach Deathglow, then I can flip back up to attach it, and it's just like it feels clunky, right? Like if you could pay double the cost or something to move Deathglow, that would just be so much better. Hey, the Diamond Edge, how you doing? Yep, Moon Knight has a movie to film, and it looks so good. I am so excited for the Moon Knight movie. It's gonna be awesome. Okay, so my turn. We are gonna go ahead and we'll thwart 2 off the Captured by Hydra. We're gonna exhaust Sense of Justice to play a Clear the Area to take the last off of Captured by Hydra. And I actually need to add 1 more on here because Captured by Hydra has a acceleration icon, so sorry about that. So when I do that, I get to draw a card from Clear the Area, and I get to exhaust Skilled Investigator to draw a card. And then I've got White Tiger. So after you play White Tiger from your hand, spend a mental resource and remove 3 threat from the scheme. So I think, yeah, let's just do that. So one way or another, and we will go find, what is that one? Taskmaster's training camp. Finish your Arkham campaign that I took a photo of. Tense one that came down to a wire. That looked awesome. I love the little write-up, or not the little, the extensive write-up. I love reading those types of stories because I think that, especially Arkham, is just such a great game that has so much like story that goes on in it that it's fun to read that, and that people can, present that. I love it. So sweet. So who did you play as again? I don't quite remember. Okay, so we are going to play White Tiger. We're going to remove, I get to draw 3 cards. Shang-Chi, Fight of the Valk, and have at thee. Okay, so yeah, so 3, 6, 9. We can Valkyrie Justice, pretty cool. And I think I was trying to demonstrate that Deathglow attached to the villain is the right call. And it works, right? Because like if I didn't have these guards, I have kill. I have kill in my hand. But like with one way or another, with going to search for the minions, I'm liking this. I'm really liking this. So we're gonna throw White Tiger into play. We'll exhaust Quinn Carrier to remove these to take care of Taskmaster's training camp. Then we are going to let's see if I can do this. So we will, Electra will attack. Armor guard is 3. Okay, Electra will attack here for 3. Before I do that, no, that's after I thwart. Never mind. I misplayed that. So I should have attacked one of these guys first, and then when I use clear the area, then I should have. It's fine, but that would have been the right way to do that. So all of Caleb's rules answers lately have been boiled down to do whatever is fun for you. I've just decided what's fun for me is including Captured by Hydra allies in the general card pool. Yeah, that helps. That helps slightly. I never don't put them into my decks. It's crazy. But okay, so I attacked 3 here for the Hydra Soldier. We will attack 1 with White Tiger to knock off this tough. We'll swing with Valkyrie to kill the armor guard. Yeah, if I had done that correctly, then like where I had attacked maybe like the Hydra Soldier and then readied myself, then we had victory in that turn because we had 2 have at these, so 14 damage in my hand. So again, it's so much about, which I guess like this is not a Valkyrie specific card, but it's so much of this like kind of timing that really helps. So play 2 investigators called through the Circle and Done cycle. Playing Joe Diamond, a Seeker Guardian hybrid, very similar to Roland Banks, and the other is Rita Young, an evasion heavy full-blown survivor with little access to non-red guards. Awesome. That sounds fun. I actually did not realize I was down to 1 health, so that may actually change some stuff, but I don't remember going down to 1 health. I'm not quite sure when that happened, but so we will toss a Visit Valhalla and a Shield Maiden to play a Aragorn to give myself 4 hit points. So that goes up to 5. Then we will get rid of a Have At Thee and a Valkyrie Spear to play a Flight of Valkyrie. So that will mitigate some threat here a bit. So we should be good there. Okay. And then we will ready. A little bit of a misplay, but we're still doing pretty good. So actually this isn't going to matter because when I defeat him, the game's over. So we'll hold on to the Have At Thee. So 4, 7. So we have win anyways, so I don't think it really matters. So clear the area, strength, and arrow. So 2, 4, 5. Okay. So starting out, we're going to place 2 here on the main scheme because I'm not going to take a damage. Taskmaster is going to attack for 2. Jessica Jones will step in and take it. So 2 plus 1. So Jessica Jones doesn't make it. The Hydra I'm at 5. I will take 1 damage here, or I'll take 2 from Hydra Hunter, or Hydra Soldier. Hydra Hunter will kill the White Tiger. Then we resolve the villain scheme. So 2, 4, 6, 7. Uh-oh. So 2 plus 1, so 3. So this goes to 5. So we're at 10 out of 12. So eek. But okay. So on my turn, we will play Shang-Chi. Just for fun, we will go ahead and stun just in case. I don't think that there is any way that this doesn't work, but Shang-Chi, so Taskmaster stun. Shang-Chi will swing for 2, which will kill this Hydra Soldier. Valkyrie will swing for 4. Electro will swing for 3. And then we've got arrows and a strength to play Have At Thee for 7. And I get to remove 5 threat. So fight. But yeah, okay. So I really like Justice. I really like Justice with her. I think Justice is my second favorite, no matter what. Right? I just enjoy Justice as an aspect, and I think that Justice with her makes a lot of sense because it in a true solo sense, because it shorts up her weaknesses. Yeah, this was fun. I think, grabbing all 4 of the allies really kind of helped that, but I think even still without that, we would have been fine because so 2 of my one way or another is grab 2 of the allies, right? I flipped 2. She is a literal god, or I think, or very close to that. Yeah, you're not wrong there. You're not wrong. So, yeah. So 2 of my one way or another's grabbed Hydra boot camp or Hydra patrol, whatever, the prison camp. I flipped two, and then I had a third one way or another that I played this game that I grabbed something random. So it's like I could have grabbed three of them. And so I think, yeah, a pivotal moment worked. And I actually had a second pivotal moment that I didn't play because I instead of doing the damage, I went and grabbed that fourth, the Electra. So I was a big fan of Valkyrie. I am a big fan of Valkyrie Justice. I think that solo, this works pretty well for her. I think multiplayer, I want to try her like kind of like, with a 2 or 3 person game, you throw her with like aggression and she's going to be a great aggression player. So yeah, so that was Justice. We're going to go on to leadership next, because leadership is another one where I built around minions, and so I want to switch back to that. So now that I have a little bit better understanding of the Deathglow, which like not really because I didn't do anything with it this game, but I want to switch back to that, and then we'll save protection for last, because protection is actually what I'm most excited for with Valkyrie, which I say that every single hero that I do these reviews for, but who cares? It's my favorite. So so we will be right back. I'm going to take maybe a little bit longer of a break because I want to go get a drink or something, but bad guy mooks are called minions. Good guy mooks are called allies. Yeah, absolutely. Alrighty. See you all in a couple minutes. And we're back for leadership. So leadership is not really my favorite aspect. I think that's pretty well known. Apparently it is Josh's favorite aspect. I actually don't think that I knew that. So that's kind of fun. And Jason's going to go make dinner for the kids. That makes sense. I feel like they probably should get fed at some point. And yeah, so let's talk about leadership. So leadership I'm building as kind of a complement to what Valkyrie can do. And so I'm doing a Voltron build for either Ronin or Iron Man. That's his name. Yeah, Iron Man. So kind of Voltron. So build him up, make sure that he's going to be able to, do a lot of damage by throwing a lot of attachments on him. And then, we have Hawkeye in there for minions and then Falcon and everything. Leadership and protection are close first and second. Yeah. Cool. That's fun. So we're gonna do this, and what I built this up for is Iron Man Voltron is here to take care of Taskmaster, and then I'm gonna be using Valkyrie to take care of all the minions that come into play. So the Deathglow will be a minion heavy kind of taking care of those, dealing with the threat, activating everything that happens whenever I kill minions with Deathglow attached, and then I can get Iron Man, or I can get Ronin, or I can get somebody out that's going to be doing a lot more damage to Taskmaster. So that's kind of the idea. Again, this is probably going to be a flexible strategy. So once I kind of see what's going on, maybe I will need to attach the Deathglow to Taskmaster to deal 7 more damage or to deal something. Once I have Dragon Fang out, maybe that 1 extra damage helps. So it'll be, I think Valkyrie requires a lot of flexibility in your strategy. So we'll see how it goes. We're facing off against Temporal, which is again also from the King set. So this is pretty minion heavy. Thanks. Well, thanks for the really cool idea for a deck. I'm hoping it comes to fruition. So we'll see. We'll let Valkyrie do her thing and let the, dare I say, real Avengers take care of the enemy. So a lot of big beefy minions in here. So we'll see how it goes. So Taskmaster versus Valkyrie. Leadership, let's go. I think my problem with leadership is that I always feel like I'm playing the same deck of leadership. I think as the card pool expands, that gets a little bit different. I need to give health. I think that gets, different. And I'm just like, I would be really interested if you have, 13. If you have specific decks or like things that you go to that that are fun leadership builds for you. And when I say the same, I mean it almost feels like I could swap out the hero cards and be kind of similar no matter how I build it. And so I know that's not true necessarily, but that's just kind of how I feel. But like now that like we have this, I'm starting to be able to build around it. And I think that leadership, there's just less obvious deck builds that make it more interesting. I don't know why it doesn't bother me, but it doesn't. Yeah, and that's fair. Like I think I wanted to run a aerial supremacy, or deal 3 damage for all aerial, and so that's why Warlock is in this deck, because I thought that, I think it's Warlock. I thought that it'd be kind of fun to do that, but then I just realized that there weren't any other great cards that comboed off of aerial trait, and so but like I want to try and find that kind of stuff. Alrighty, so Hydra Patrol into play. Taskmaster Deathglow is out of play. I just went ahead and did that. I feel like the blue cards support what heroes themselves want to do, so I tried to use it that way. Okay, that's cool. Yeah. And so so that's kind of what I'm trying to do here. So we'll see how it works. There's a reinforced suit, Valkyrie Spear, Shield Maiden, Flight 2, 4, 5. No allies. Okay, well, we're gonna heavy mulligan here. So We're going to take both of these. Don't need those. We're going to go Shield Maiden and Valkyrie Spear. I think we're going to get rid of those two. So we'll hold on to an Inspired and a Reinforced Suit. There's Falcon. Valhalla. Reinforced Suit, 2-4. And Power of Leadership. Not the greatest pulls. Okay. We'll see how it goes. Okay, so we will flip up to hero form, discarding, hey, 0 damage and got rid of an advance. I like seeing that. We will play a Power of Leadership, toss a Reinforced Suit, and Inspired to play Falcon. So look at the top 3 cards of the deck. Each treachery looked at this way. So we got 1 treachery, remove 1 threat from the scheme. So Hydra Patrol goes down to 1. Okay, so Falcon's going to thwart here for Hydra Patrol. Then we're going to go through and grab, no, not that one, Hydra Regular. Shuffle it all up. I don't think you have to shuffle those. I think Falcon is meant to be scrying. Okay, cool. Fine. I did shuffle him after I got rid of Hydra Patrol and went and searched for Hydra Regular, but we're going to toss a Reinforced Suit to Deathblow Hydra Regular. We'll attack Hydra Regular to kill it. Deathblow will go back out of play. Valkyrie, we're ready, and we'll exhaust and thwart one off the main here. So, but yeah. Okay, so there's a Strength, Rapid Response, Power Gloves, Innovation. Man, I am really not pulling my allies. Maybe I needed more. How many allies do you typically run in a leadership deck, Josh? Starting out, we're going to place 2 here on the main scheme. Taskmaster is going to attack me. I'll just take it. So 2 plus 0, down 2. So down to 10. And bad card is Photographic Reflexes. So attached to Taskmaster. When a player attacks Taskmaster, prevent all damage that would be dealt to Taskmaster and deal an equal amount of damage to that player's identity instead. Then discard Photographic Reflexes. Gross. Okay. So we will seven or 8. Okay, yeah, I think I'm a little light. I think I'm at like 5 or 6 maybe. I have it up actually. Leadership. That's 6. Yeah, so maybe I needed a little bit more, but okay, so we're going to attack Taskmaster. This will trigger, and I'll take 2 damage. We're going to spend an Innovation to place a Power Glove on Falcon, which will heal Falcon 1. We will, let's see, Ironheart, Maria Hill, Kalu, White Tiger, Nick Fury, Black Panther, Stinger, and Mockingbird. That's your standard package. That's a good package. Yeah. Nice. Okay. I'm going to play a strength to play Valhalla. Just want to get that out on the table. Then we'll go ahead and thwart 2 off the main with Falcon, and we'll deal 1 to Taskmaster. Taking him down to 12. Okay, we'll stand up. Chooser of the Slain. Here we go. Shield Maiden. So 2, 4, 5. Have at thee. Okay. So we'll place 2 here on the main scheme. Taskmaster is going to attack me for 2. I'm at 8. I'm going to take it. So 2 plus 2 is 4. And then we'll resolve a bad card, which is Hydra Hunter. So it's a 2/2/3 and has piercing and ranged. So, okay. Okay, so let's go Chooser of the Slain to search the encounter deck and discard pile for Hydra Regular. We're going to play a Have at thee to attach a Deathglow to Hydra Regular. I get to draw 2 cards. Okay, we will attack Hydra Regular, killing it. That will let me stand Valkyrie up. We will play Power Leadership for a rapid response. Shadows and Advance gone. That's why what we call in the industry clutch. Absolutely, it's good to see those gone. Okay, so we are going to. Oh, I am going to exhaust Valhalla to heal 1 and draw a card. There's my dragon thing. Okay, sweet. Cool. Okay, we're going to toss a. Is Valhalla in play? Yes, it is. I missed it. But we're going to toss a lead from the front to play Dragon Fang. So I get +1 attack, +2 attack to anything that has the Death Glow attached. Falcon is going to go ahead and just attack to kill the Hydra Hunter. I think I want to get him out of there. And then we are going to. Okay, we're gonna be weird. I'm gonna discard Annabelle Riggs to attach Deathglow to Taskmaster. I'm then gonna swing at Taskmaster for 4. And we'll stand up. The reason I'm doing this is because I have a Shield Maiden in my hand. And that will spare Falcon 1 more turn. And I plan on rolling down to Alter Ego. So 2, 3, 4, 5. So we'll see. Oh, and I have at thee. Okay, sweet. So starting out, we're going to place 2 on the main. Taskmaster is going to attack me. I will toss a lead from the front to play a Shield Maiden. So I get +2 defense for this attack. So I'm defending for 3. And I don't have to exhaust. So it's a 2 plus a 2. So I take 1 damage. And I didn't have to exhaust for that. Reveal. So Time Portal, Force Interrupt. When this scheme is defeated, shuffle it into the encounter deck instead of discarding it. And we're doing 1 more card each round. But we'll just take care of that pretty quickly. So he's at 7. Or he's at 8. So, I mean... Best one way or another target in the whole game. Yeah, that's actually that's a great point. Yeah, because you always assure that there's a side scheme in there. That's awesome. Okay, so I'm going to oh. The computer froze. Hopefully that didn't mess with anything. I'm going to choose of this lane to go ahead and grab Hydra regular back. We get to draw 2 cards. There's a Genius and a Inspired. Okay, sweet. So now we are going to attack for 4 against Taskmaster. We are going to toss an Inspired and a Genius to play a Have at Thee. So 7 damage to an enemy, so we'll do it to Taskmaster. So Deathglow is no longer attached. Exhaust Valhalla to draw a card and heal. Then Taskmaster goes up to 16. And Valkyrie gets to ready. And I get an encounter card. I'm going to play an energy for an Aragorn. Nope, wrong one. He doesn't get health. I get health. So I'm up to 9, which is nice. We will we'll attack and kill the Hydra regular here. And we will thwart 2 off here. Falcon dies. So he's at 2. 4 out of 12, so that's 8. He's going to scheme for 2. We've gotten rid of our advances. I'm going to roll down. Oh, no, I'm not going to do that. Crap. I'm just going to take the extra encounter card, I think. And stay up. Yeah. Stay up. And then Falcon will get defeated. I'll rapid response him, and then I'll be able to take off. Hopefully, I'll be able to get rid of Time Portal before he goes. So, okay, cool. We're ready up. Then I'll draw Hawkeye, rapid response, Ronin, Quinn Carrier, Have at Thee. Okay. She does look pretty fun. As I'm playing more, I don't think I quite understand all the hate. I don't know if she's gonna be the greatest hero of all time. She's no Strange, right? She's no Hulk, right? She's not an incredible hero, but she's a very fun hero. She's a lot of fun. So who knows? Okay, so we're gonna place 1 here. We'll take 1 damage, just because I don't want that to get out of hand too quickly. Taskmaster is going to attack for 2 plus a boost. Falcon will take it. 2 plus 2, so 4. Falcon dies. I'm going to rapid response Falcon. And look at the top 3 cards. We got 1 treachery. Bummer. And I know I'm getting a... Once you get the flow, she seems to move really well. Yeah, I think I'm enjoying it. So we'll remove 1 off of the main. Okay. Now we will get a Hydra Soldier, and we got a Mimicry. So do we have an attack of not an attack, not an attack? There's my Iron Man. Nope, no attacks, but I also got rid of all the cards I didn't want to. So, but that's okay because we're about to go right back through our deck. So, my turn. Let's I think it's too late in the game to play Quinn Carrier, so let's toss Quinn Carrier to play Deathglow onto Hydra Soldier. We will swing and kill the Hydra Soldier. So we get a face down encounter card, but we also get to heal and draw a card. So we get a face down encounter card. And I get to ready. She's at 16. There's 7, 11, 13. Yeah, I think that this is the move. So to shuffle this. She can hit too. Like her hero kit can really do some damage. And so that's what I'm liking. Like I think besides that first game, I haven't gone down to Alter Ego. Like so she's pretty beefy too. All right, I'm gonna toss a team building exercise to attach Deathglow to Taskmaster. I will attack Taskmaster for 4. So down to 12. Falcon will thwart off the time portal. Which I don't think I resolved an extra encounter card because of that. So this would be the encounter card that I resolve. So quick strike, so I'll just take 2 damage. Okay. A little bit of misplay there, but oh well. We will 7 health. We'll toss Hawkeye, Rapid Response, and a Ronin to play Have At Thee to deal 7. She's down to 5. And that will be my turn. Yeah. Oh, perfect. There's a Shield Maiden. Have At Thee. Team Training. Strength 2, 4, 5. Flight of the Valkyrie. Okay. So we'll place 2 here on the main scheme. Taskmaster is going to attack me. So I will defend for 3. He's attacking me for 2 plus a boost plus 3. So I take 2 damage. And then the Ancient Warrior will attack. I'll take 2 damage. And then we're revealing 2 encounter cards. So attached to Taskmaster, so he has piercing and +1 attack. And then we have a guard minion. Not what I wanted to see. No. That's fine. We still have win, but it's kind of funny. Okay, so now... So we will... Yeah, we'll toss a Team Training and a Strength for Have At Thee to deal 7 damage to the Hydra Soldier. Then we'll swing for 4, 6 to kill the villain. Johnny Dice, play mostly 2-handed solely, so you're looking forward to trying it next week with Vision. Nice, yeah. It'll be a fun matchup, I think, because I think, you know, if you run Valkyrie like heavy aggression, and Vision has a lot of good thwart potential as well as really good minion control. There's actually I'm thinking that there's kind of a fun combo there where, like, I think it was beat the game. Maybe it was Kennedy Hawk. I don't quite remember whose deck it is, but they have like the deck where they just grab all of the minions as vision and like hold on to them so they take all the damage, and then you can just line it up so Valkyrie can just snipe them from the other side of the board. That would be really cool. That'd be a lot of fun to play. Josh has been doing that and he's been really enjoying it. Awesome. Sweet. So leadership worked. I think that, I liked that. I think the deck played completely differently than what I thought it was going to. I didn't get any of my Voltron builds out, and I was still able to do the damage that was needed. So I'm thinking Valkyrie is pretty strong, right? Like, again, I threw the Death Glow onto Taskmaster, and with Dragon Fang, like, she's swinging at him for 4. So, right, like that last move, I threw Death Glow onto Taskmaster, which was +2 damage basically, but it worked out. So, yeah, okay. Brand T built that one. Okay, yep, yeah, it was a cool deck. It's a really cool deck. So I think that'd be kind of a fun combo to try. Alrighty, so we got one more to go. We've got Protection coming up next. I'm the most excited for Protection. We will get into why I am the most excited for Protection here in a second, but what we're going to do first is we're going to take a quick break. I'm going to reset everything and we'll be right back. Defense. I need like one of those, like the giant like fence like signs and then a D. Alrighty, see you all in just a couple of seconds. Not seconds, probably a couple minutes, but see you. Alrighty, welcome back. I want to talk about protection as I fix my colors. I thought I was actually going to make it through one of these without not forgetting to change these colors one time, but unfortunately here on the last one, I forgot. So 1 second. Okay, so protection. Why am I so excited for protection? And I think that some of her cards tend really well to some of the cards that protection has that we don't get to play a lot of. And so with Dragon Fang, she gets +1 attack, +2 attack when attacking. Oh, when attacking. I didn't read that. Oh wait, no, that's fine. That's fine. So +2 attack when attacking the enemy with the Death Glow. This deck is throwing the Death Glow onto Taskmaster. I just saw that. Josh, very cool that you still got the win without even playing Iron Man. Yeah. I think that kind of goes to show how strong she can be, right? I think my only ally that I played that game was Falcon, and then I rapid response Falcon back in. Like, I think that was the only thing that I did, and so she can put out the damage. Okay, so Dragon Fang is +2 attack. That takes her to 4 attack. Valkyrie Spear is +2 defense when she's defending against Taskmaster, or whoever has the Death Glow attached, which will be the villain. So she's a 1/4/3. We've got Shield Maidens, which gives her +2 and she doesn't have to exhaust. And then what I really like is Counterpunch. So I hardly ever play Counterpunch in my decks because it's after your hero defends against an enemy attack, deal damage to that enemy attack or enemy equal to your hero's attack. For a 0-cost card, whenever I defend with Valkyrie, I get to deal 4 damage once I have Dragon Fang out. That's a really good thing. Okay, so like the ideal setup is to have both of these out. I defend using a Shield Maiden, so I don't have to exhaust. I then play a Counterpunch, so I deal 4 damage to Taskmaster, and since I use Shield Maiden, I'm ready. Next turn I can attack again for 4, and then I'll get to ready. So I'm running 3 Counterpunches, which usually all of my defense decks have 0, and so I rely on other ways of dealing damage. But I think when you can beef her up to 4 attack, then this is really interesting. I think in a multiplayer game, you can, if you're running someone else with aggression, throw a combat training on her for 5, and I think it gets really nasty. I think it's really nasty really quickly, and she can stay up. The other thing that I'm running in this deck is with Endurance and with Aragorn. We're getting +7 health, so we're gonna be at 19 health. So therefore, we're running Dauntless and we're running Fighting Fit. So 5 damage if your health is above your starting, which should be the case. I think Taskmaster is really going to test that because of whenever you flip, you take the damage. You're going to have to take damage on hunting down heroes. But then also I'm including the under attack, which deals a lot of ping damage. And so I'm trying to make it so that this deck isn't running up against something that's not going to just deal a bunch of damage. And then we've kind of got the staples. So we got Hard to Ignores, got a Quinn Carrier in there, Unflappable, Armored Vest, Night Nurse just in case we get stunned, and then Ever Vigilant because with Aragorn we're aerial. So that's going to ready. So I'm just thinking that once you get built, you can do a lot of damage real quick, and then all of my other cards are making sure that she can ready to take advantage of that 4 attack. So we'll see. We are running 1 ally. 2. We're running Annabelle, which is in her kit, and then we're running Victor. And Victor is here to soak up minion things, and the rest is we'll see what happens. So I'm excited for this deck. I think it's gonna be a lot of fun. We'll see how it goes. Josh says, it just occurred to me that if you really wanted to focus that deck on Tony, you could run all non-Avenger allies except for him and then call for aid to find Iron Man. Yeah. Yes. I like that. I never play Call for Aid, and I don't know why. I think it's just I'm always scared to run out of my deck, but then you get your ally real quick, and so that's super nice. you can run Tony and Ronin, and either one of those I'm glad to grab. So probably Tony is better. So, but yeah, or yeah, there's just a lot of options there. Call for Aid is just not one that I usually play super often. So I will put that in the advice to run with this deck. Okay, I'm ready. I'm excited for this one. I'm always excited to play Protection, but I think that I think Protection can fall into the same trap that Leadership does, where a lot of the cards are the same. Like whenever I'm building a Protection deck, I almost don't care about the hero as much, and I just throw the same 25 cards into the deck. So yeah, I mean, I can see that criticism that I make about Leadership and Protection as well. So this one is a little bit different, and so I'm excited to try it out. But yeah, what I think would be really cool, Josh, to expand on that is, right, you run like Iron Man and Ronin, and then you run all Guardian allies, and you run some of your alliance cards. So exhaust a Guardian and a Avenger, and so you've got Avenger as your hero, and then your entire deck is built out around Guardian cards, and then you can do some of those like crazy interesting stuff. I run Call for Aid with Star-Lord because sometimes I do not run through my deck. I do. That's great, Johnny Dice. That's really fun. Run Call for Aid to run through your deck so that you can get the encounter card, so you can boost Star-Lord. Star-Lord is one of those heroes that I was really put off when I first played him. I think I just had a couple of bad runs. I didn't quite understanding like the push your luck type game, but I've started to see him played more often. He looks a lot of fun. I need to break him back out, and so yeah, I really need to play some more Star-Lord. Okay, let's do it. I already put Deathglow out of play. There's no way that it can get killed. Yeah, it's a great idea. I love that. It can't get Ultron or championed, or not championed. Oh man, the sneeze. Collected. Alrighty. A really janky use for Call for Aid. Yeah, that's great. At 2, 4, 6. Let's see what we get. Hopefully we get our spear. We got Shield Maiden, which is nice. Fighting Fit is a good first pull. Have at the Night Nurse, Desperate Defense, and Victor. I think probably don't need Night Nurse. I'm going to regret that, but I'm going to say I don't need the Night Nurse. I'm going to toss Desperate Defense because I have Shield Maiden. I'm not going to be able to pay for a Have at me. And like, if I can beat him really fast, that'd be fun, but also that's not what I want to try and do here. I'm going to hold on to Victor because getting Victor out and here to take any minions that come out will be nice. We'll hang on to a Fighting Fit. So, well, actually maybe not, right? Because I'm going to get a ping damage from when I flip up to hero. Is Godlike Stamina in this deck? I don't. Oh, no, it's not, but it definitely should be. It definitely should be. I said, I do like unboxing videos for Patreon, and like I was like, this is a really cool card. This should go in all of the decks, and I just didn't put it in there. Godlike Stamina makes it into this deck though, just to heal that damage. So it's Godlike Stamina. It's heals 2 and removes a status. I don't quite remember what Godlike Stamina does, but I remember it being really good, and it was a good fit for this deck. So speaking of Star-Lord, it just occurred to me that he can play with meditation, you can play 2 cards for that cost 3 for free in a turn. The next deck I'm building. Yeah, that sounds really crazy. That sounds really exciting. Okay, we've got Visit Valhalla. We've got Valkyrie Spear. There it is. Love it. And a counterpunch. Boom. We're already starting. Can I pay for everything? It doesn't matter. We'll figure it out. Sweet. Okay. Nice. Okay, we're going to flip up, discarding the top card. So 0. So we could play a Fighting Fit, but I don't think that that's what we're going to be doing. So I'm going to toss a Visit Valhalla for a Valkyrie Spear. So +1 defense. We will toss a... I'm going to hold on to these. Do I? I'm trying to think. I mean, Shield Maiden is nice, but I think I'd rather get a Victor out. It's just too far. No. I think probably the right move is to play Fighting Fit here, but I do want to play more of this game. And so I'm going to try and not do damage and see what I can build up to. So have the same idea for Star-Lord, Great Minds, especially since he'll always have his gun to start. Perfect. Meditation. Yeah. Huh. I think meditation has a pretty big meta that can be built around it. And I'm excited to see what that is. Okay, so I'm going to toss a Shield Maiden or Fighting Fit to play a Victor. And then we'll hold on to counter. Oh, I need to... We're going to hang on to Victor. Hang on to Fighting... We're going to hang on to Shield Maiden. We're going to toss a Fighting Fit to attach Death Glow to Taskmaster. And that's what I don't like, is that it just messes with everything. But I'm trying not to win too fast. Great flex. Yeah. Weird flex, bro. No, but it's just like, I think Valkyrie can put out damage. Like, she can do a lot of damage real quick. And I want to try and simulate not being able to do, like, not a solo game. So, like, if I was playing this as a multiplayer game, I would be wanting to build and doing damage later. And, like, I don't know. I just want, yeah, it'll be fun. I guess like Counterpunch isn't super great here because I don't have my Dragon thing. And so maybe I'm just going to toss these 2 to play Victor. I will thwart 1 off of Hydra Patrol with Valkyrie. And then we'll stand up. We'll draw 5. There's a Dauntless, Ever Vigilant, Armored Vest, Hard to Ignore, and a Chooser of the Slain. 2, 4, 5. Sweet. Okay, starting out, we are going to place 2 onto the main scheme. And then Taskmaster is going to attack me for 2. I'm going to defend here with Valkyrie for 3 because he has the Death Glow attached. My fan is blowing that. So 3 to 2. Reveal the top is 1, so 0 damage. And then we'll do a counter card. When a player attacks Taskmaster, prevent all damage and then deal damage back to that player. Sweet. Okay, so we're going to toss Ever Vigilant to play a Armored Vest. We are going to question, can I attack with Victor for 0 and take 0? And take a consequential on Victor and then take 0 on Valkyrie? Prevent all the damage that would be dealt to Taskmaster and deal an equal amount of damage. And so I'm attacking for 0. Does that count? Does that work? I'll let the rule people figure that out. I'm going to Chooser of the Slain. I'm going to go find Hydra regular. Yep, I think so. Sweet. Well, that's really cool. So I will attack and discard this. Take 1 damage. I get to draw 2 cards. Ever Vigilant and Flight of the Valkyrie. Okay, we'll toss this for a Dauntless, and we'll toss toss this for a Hard to Ignore. This says that reduce the amount of damage he takes from each attack by 1. So I don't like it is an attack, but it's consequential damage. So I read that as he would still take the damage, but maybe I'm reading that wrong. Cool. Okay, sweet. Okay, so we'll stand up. We'll draw a 5. There's a counter punch. Love it. Shield Maiden. Love it. Electrostatic Armor, Unflappable, and a Hard to Ignore. I'm drawing all my build cards, but that's fine. All right, so we're going to place 2 threat here on the main scheme. The one thing I need to watch out for is this. I need to make sure that we're not going to threat out. I'm reading the card. It says damage all implies a number and 0 is a number, so I think it works. I agree with you. I just think that it feels a little gamey, but I agree with you. I totally agree with you on that. Okay. So Taskmaster is going to attack for 2. I will toss a Electrostatic Armor to play a Shield Maiden. So I'm defending for 2, 4, 5, 6. This is why. Hey, Magic Moose Moo, how you doing? Welcome. Yep. So I'm reading, like, this is why I like it. It's like with a Shield Maiden, like, because I'm defending against Taskmaster, I have, like, I can effectively do this, right? I'm defending for 4, 6. Like, it's a lot of defense. You can almost always trigger your upgrades, which is just super exciting. So 2 plus a boost. The boost is 3. Doesn't matter. I defended for 5. I didn't even have to exhaust. I'm going to counter punch to deal 2 back to him. And I cannot Hard to Ignore because we got a Crisis, but I do have Dauntless that triggers, so that's 1 more damage back to him. Hydra regular is going to attack. Victor is going to defend, taking only 1 damage because you reduce it by 1. Now we'll reveal a bad card. Vibranium Armor attached to the villain. After the villain takes damage, give it a tough status card. Exhaust your hero and spend 2 physical resources to discard that card. Okay, well, I don't have that, but I have a lot of ping, so that's nice. I am going to, instead of, I'm going to lose on threat if I, but this is the hard choice, right? I can play one of these. I can play Unflappable or Hard to Ignore. What is the play here? I've already run through Ever Vigilant, so I think it's Hard to Ignore. I think I run 2 copies of Hard to Ignore, so I'm going to be defending. I'm not going to be taking any damage. I can start pinging off, and I stay ahead of it with 2. Or I can get ahead of it with 2. Unflappable gets me cards, but I think I need to run Hard to Ignores here. So, but I'll let the experts in the chat let me know if I'm thinking about that right. I will go ahead and thwart off a Hydra Patrol to get rid of that. We do have to take a minion. I forgot about that. Hydra regular. You gotta catch up on threat. Yep. Okay. We'll get there. So, got 2 Hydra regulars. I need to deal with those at some point. We'll toss an unflappable for a hard to ignore. Okay, we will ready. We'll draw one. There's an energy barrier. Chooser of the Slain, a strength, so I can get rid of vibranium armor with that. That's nice. An energy, so 2, 4, and counterpunch. Sweet. Okay. Okay, so I have to exhaust myself to get rid of the vibranium armor, but I think I'd rather, yeah. Okay, so we're gonna place one. We're gonna take a damage. We'll heal back up later to start triggering Dauntless, but we'll just take a damage now. I have a retaliate thing. I need to put this on here. But I probably would have played Unflappable because I can't resist drawing cards. I lose a lot though. That's funny. Alrighty, so Taskmaster is attacking me for 2 plus a boost. I will defend for 4. So 2 plus 2. So I do not take any damage. So I will exhaust hard to ignores to take 2 off of the main. And I will counterpunch to deal 2 back to him. And then he gets a tough status card. Hydra regular will attack. Victor will take 1. And then I will take 2 from the second Hydra regular. Bad card is captured by Hydra. Well, this will be fun. So this says 5. And we get a friend. Well, hopefully we'll get a friend. I don't have a lot of threat, but I do have... Yeah, I don't have a lot of threat at all in this deck, which a lot of side scheme removal, right? I got my hard to ignores, but we'll see. I probably should have killed the Hydra regular. I probably should have taken the attack from Taskmaster and killed the Hydra regular with a counterpunch, but here we are. Okay, so I will use an energy to play an energy barrier. That seems thematic. And that is all I will do. I'm going to toss a Chooser of the Slain. I don't think I can need that. Yeah, it's perfect for rescuing allies. But the problem is my Death Glow is up here, right? So I need to get rid of him. What's really nice is that it's not an event, it's an upgrade. So that makes it a lot more playable, right? I can throw it on the table, and eventually, once I kill Taskmaster, I'll get the ally. So that is nice, but we will ready up. We will draw. There's Aragorn. Have at the Quinn Carrier, Energy Barrier. Okay. Okay. So we'll place 1 threat on the main scheme and take a damage. I'm gonna probably. I don't know. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna need to figure out how to deal with that threat. Gotcha. Stupid auto not correct. Yep, exactly. So 2-0. I'm not going to defend. So 2 plus 1, so 3. An energy barrier, one of those. So I take 2 damage. I'm going to ping Hydra Regular for one of those damages. Then I'm going to have this Hydra Regular attack. I'm going to take 1 damage and ping this Hydra Regular for the second damage. I'm down to 5. Okay. My bad card is the villain attacks me. So we'll have Victor step in. So 2 plus 2. Victor doesn't quite make it. Okay. Now it's my turn. I no longer have retaliate. Okay, so I'm going to strength to play Aragorn. So that's 2. Or sorry, 4 health, which is nice. Then I'm going to have at the Quinn Carrier for another energy barrier. And we will swing and kill this Hydra Regular. Stand up. Okay. 2, 4, 5. Endurance, Fighting Fit, Dragon Fang, Annabelle, and Flight. I want to play all of these cards except for Fighting Fit. I'm okay not playing Fighting Fit. I think I have another Flight in the deck still. No, I don't. Okay. But that could get me. I think Flight is probably my best call for captured by Hydra instead of something else. So, okay. So we'll start out by placing 1 threat on the main scheme and taking a damage. But I'm going to ping I guess I'll ping the tough. That vibranium armor is nasty. It's nasty. So Taskmaster is going to attack me for 2. I'm going to defend for 4. 2 plus 3, so that's 5. So I will use energy barrier to ping 1 off of the villain, and then he gets a tough status card. I take no damage, so I'll exhaust 2 hard to ignores to remove 2 from the main scheme. Okay. Now we get a bad card. The villain attacks me, so not great. So 2 plus 1. So we'll remove both of these. And I'll take 1 damage. He will knock the tough off, take a damage, put a tough back on, so he's down to 6. Okay, so we're going to toss a Annabelle to play a endurance to give me 3 hit points. We're going to toss a Fighting Fit to play a Dragon Fang. It gives me +1 attack or +2 attack when attacking the person with Death Glow attached to him. And then I'm going to hang on to Flight because I do want to play that. We're ready up. I guess this is how I have this is like +2 standard, +1 standard, and then +1/+1 if against the Death Glow. Got Valhalla, have at the Desperate Defense, and then a Genius and a bad card. Okay. I'm happy about the Desperate Defense. I'm happy about that. That'll be good. I'll get to ready, which means that I can swing at him again. Alrighty, so starting out, we will place 1 here on the main scheme. I will take a damage. The Fighting Fit / Dauntless build is hard with Taskmaster because there's so much ping. But I mean, like, I guess like my max hit points right now is 19, and so like I could roll down and heal, but I'm also at 6, so I want to get this under control before I can heal. Okay, so Taskmaster is going to attack me for 2. I'm going to defend using a Desperate Defense. Tossing a Valhalla for Desperate Defense, so 6 to 2. Deal 1 damage to each character you control. So I take 1 damage. And I think I read that as like I don't take, that's a side effect. I don't take the damage as the attack. I think that's how that works. I will go ahead and correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm going to take 2 off of here. And I get to ready. And then we're resolving 2 cards. We got a Hydra Soldier, which is a guard, which is annoying. And then Taskmaster has piercing and +1 attack. Exhaust my hero and spend a physical and a mental resource to discard that card. Yeah. That's, yeah, gross. There's a lot of exhausting abilities in here to get rid of. The +1 attack is not the scariest thing in the world for me, but oh yeah, here we are. Okay, so we're gonna play a Genius to play Flight of the Valkyrie. And then we will deal 3 damage to Hydra Soldier. We're ready up. I'm going to toss a Hab at the Electrostatic Armor, Shield Maiden, Energy Barrier, Quinn Carrier, Flight. Nice. Okay. Okay, so we'll place one. And we'll place 1 on the main scheme and take a damage. Then Taskmaster is attacking me for 3. And I'm going to toss a Flight to play a shield, so I'm defending for 6. So 3. If you're in hero form, take 1 damage, otherwise place 1 threat on the main scheme, so take 1 damage. Exhaust 2 hard to ignore to take this down to 2. Okay. Then Hydra Soldier is going to attack me for 2. I'll just take 2. Then we'll do a bad card. Shadows of the Past. Hey, finally. I mean, like, not great, but we get to see shadows. Okay, so we have powerful enchantments. So hinder 1. So this comes in with 3 players cannot discard attachments that are attached to friendly characters. Okay, so that sounds ominous. So that comes in with 3. I need threat removal in this deck. Like, I really need a way to thwart from more than 1. I have Ever Vigilant in here, but I need more. I need more. So then we got Enchantress. So when revealed, search the encounter deck, discard battle, set aside area for a copy of Seduced and attach it to my identity. So Seduced, you cannot make basic attacks or play attack events. Spend a mental and a physical or a lightning energy resource to discard this card while in alter ego form. Well, that kind of works because I'm going to alter ego form. Oh, this isn't good. No, it's not. No, it is not. Okay, so my turn. We are going to flip down to alter ego. We'll toss a Quinn Carrier and Energy Barrier to get rid of Seduced. We will heal for 4. Back up to 9. We are going to use her action to detach the death glow. We'll set it, we'll put it on Enchantress and kill her pretty quick. And then that will trigger flight. Yeah. Okay. So ready up. Draw. Fighting Fit. Have at thee. Visit Valhalla. And Ever Vigilant. Okay. Oh, Ever Vigilance from the main scheme too. Shoot, that's really not good. Yeah. Her nemesis is Gross. You already have Enchantress in the deck. 4 copies of Seduce. Gross. Yeah, don't like that at all. Alrighty, so we're gonna place 1 on the main scheme. Taskmaster is going to scheme for 1 plus 1, so that's 2. And then total of 5. So we're up to 8. Get a bad card. The villain schemes. 1 plus 1 is 2. So we're up to 10. That went sideways really quickly. Sorry, I'm doing math. I'm doing math in my head, which is never a good thing. Fighting Fit. Oh, no, I can't do that. Protection really struggles with side schemes. Yeah, it does. It really does. I lose. I didn't do this. Oh wait, no, I have 1 more. I haven't been doing this at all. I think I lose. I think I'm dead. I haven't been doing Capture by Hydra. It's been out for a while. Yeah, that's just on me. If I don't put these out, I just completely forget about that. I'm gonna redo it. We're gonna reset. We're gonna try it again. I think I need to figure out how to do some thwarting, which may just be flight, but yeah. Okay, so I need some thwart removal. So I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna take out Fighting Fit, Dauntless. We're gonna try and we're not gonna use that kind of thing. Only thing is allies. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go 1 more hard to ignore, so 3 hard to ignores, and then we'll toss in 2 allies. Let me grab my book. Jocasta has 2 thwart. Not sure if anyone else does in protection. Okay. So Black Widow has 2 thwart. Warlock. No, wait. Where did I see 2? Brother Voodoo has 2 thwart. 2 thwart. Jocasta has 2 thwart. I think I like Jocasta. I think I like Jocasta. And then problem is that they take 2 consequentials whenever they thwart, which is kind of annoying. And Black Widow probably. Well, she only has 2 health. So there's something in here. This. Oh yeah, true grit, but remove threat equal to a scheme from your hero's thwart, and that's 0, basically. I think we probably throw in like Clea, maybe, or like I guess like who has 3 health. So like Warlock and Black Widow can thwart for the same effectively, just not as quickly. You're not chumping, so you get full use of them at least. That's true. Yeah. I'm going to do Brother Voodoo. Top 5 cards for an event card and add it to your hand. I think that's going to help me out of some sticky situations. So, okay. It's all about deck refinement. I'm actually also, I'm going to toss the Night Nurse. I don't think I want the Night Nurse in this deck right now. So in that case, I'm also going to go Black Widow or Power Protection. I feel like Black Widow or Power Protection at this point. Like my cost curve is, I guess like a 3/3 is a 2, energy barriers, ever vigilant. I think maybe a Power Protection instead of another Black Widow. Okay. I think I kind of like Power Protection in here. So I got 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I only have 6, 7. I have 7. Okay, 7. No Black Widow and a power. Okay, let's do it. Yeah, Black Widow is not that exciting. I'll go grab a power real quick. Cool. Yeah, I think I should have killed one of the Hydra soldiers earlier. The vibranium armor is also just annoying, but really my main issue is tough, or is these side skins. Who would I have gotten? Moon Knight. Yeah. According to Kennedy Hawk, it's the magic 7 is the magic number. Okay, I trust him. I trust Kennedy Hawk. We need to take Shadows out. Shadows isn't great. I don't like her Shadows. It's pretty tough, but glad we at least got to see it. I hope we don't see it again. But like, this in multiplayer is like what I want to do. Like her ability to defend and deal damage while defending and attack. Like this feels to me like kind of like a multiplayer protection build, and that's what I want. Like I want to play her protection multiplayer and have someone else handle fort. So that's the dream. Well, let's see if we can do it. Let's run it back one more time. We'll see. Plus, the power cards are a wild resource, so you can always use them to get rid of the villain's nasty attachments more easily. That's true. That's very true. Very true. It always feels dirty doing that. I always feel like I'm just not, it's not optimal. I'm gonna go grab power. Yeah, good, really good point. Okay, so we're back up to 12. And the villain is up to 13. Okay. This will be good. This will be good. We got it. I want to win at least 50% of the games. I guess like I would. That would have been 50. I want to win over 50% of the games. Alrighty, so we got 2, 4, 6. Okay, we got Chooser the Slain. Got a counter punch. We've got hard to ignore Jocasta. Dragon Fang, which is nice and have at the. I'm gonna not go have at the. I don't think I want. I may actually do a Chooser of the Slain. Jocasta's 3. That's expensive. And discard. Oh shoot! I need a defensive event in my discard pile. Thanks, Josh. So I definitely want to hold on to this. I don't think I need counterpunch right now. I want a hard to ignore. Chooser I can go grab. So I think these are my 3. So an energy barrier, a shield maiden. Okay. Okay, so we will flip up, discard this, so take 2 damage. Good start. We will Chooser of the Slain. Okay, we'll take the Hydra regular, and we'll draw 2 cards. There's a power protection, which was a good pull for the Jocasta ally. I have a defense event. I don't even have a defense event. No. Okay, we're gonna spend. Sarcastically, thank you for suggesting. No. Thanks for the encouragement. We're gonna toss a. Hold on to Shield Maiden, honestly. We're going to toss a flight to attach Deathglow to Hydra Regular. We'll go ahead and swing and kill Hydra Regular. So ready Valkyrie. We are going to toss a Shield Maiden to play Dragon Fang. We're going to play a Power Protection to play an Energy Barrier, and we're going to discard Jocasta to play a Hard to Ignore. I think if I had a defense event, thanks for nothing, jerk. Yeah, well, it's a nice little resource for me. No, I'm just kidding. I think if I had a defense in my discard pile, then Jocasta gets a lot more excited to play. But I don't think I want to spend 3 for that. So we'll thwart 1 here. So we'll stand up. We'll Energy Barrier, visit Valhalla, Hard to Ignore, Chooser of the Slain, 2, 4, 5, and Aragorn. Okay. So we will place 1 on the main scheme and we'll take a damage. And Taskmaster will attack me for 2. I'm just going to take it. So 2 plus 1. So I take 2 damage. I'm going to throw 1 back at him. Yeah, she's hard to play in the opening hand. I probably should have mulliganed her. But I've actually never run Jocasta before, so. And Batguard, hey, captured by Hydra. So we got these guys. And we'll go with 4. And we're going to put this on here so I remember this time. Okay. She can grab a defense against. Yeah, she can. I haven't drawn a defense event yet. Like my deck is not heavy on defense events. It's heavy on upgrades, which is again why I think it's probably better for a multiplayer game. So we are going to play Chooser. We're going to grab this Hydra Regular back and draw 2 cards. Quinn Carrier and a Genius. I'm going to get a Quinn Carrier out there. So I'm going to toss a Visit Valhalla and a Genius to play Quinn Carrier. And we will swing to kill the Hydra Regular. Just want to get him out of here. And toss him. Ooh, wait. We'll exhaust Quinn Carrier. Play Hard to Ignore. Now we're going to exhaust Quinn Carrier and toss a Energy Barrier to play Aragorn to give myself 4 hit points. Chooser is so great for pummeling the same poor sep over and over. Yeah. Yes. Poor guy. Poor guy. And we'll stand up. I'm going to hang on to my Hard to Ignore. Counterpunch. Victor. Have at thee 2-4. Counterpunch. Okay, well this could be fun. So we'll stand up here. Okay, so we're gonna place 1 or 2 here on the main scheme, and we'll take a damage. Taskmaster will attack me. I'll defend for 1, so he's gonna attack me for 2, 3. I'm gonna use an energy barrier. I defended for 1, so I take 1 damage. He takes 1 damage. I'm gonna discard 2 counter punches. Oh wait, he doesn't have death glow attached. That's what I should have done. Oh shoot, that's dumb. I'll still do it. 2 counter punches for 6. So he's down to 5. Oh shoot. Okay. Bad card is Taskmaster Shield. Retaliate 1, exhaust your hero, and spend a physical and a mental to discard. That retaliate. I thought this deck seemed so fun, and I'm struggling because of these side schemes. Really struggling. We will exhaust a Quinn Carrier to play a hard to ignore. So we're at 4 on the main. We're going up to 6. I think I just need to take a hit so I can thwart this, so I can start using hard to ignores. Ugh, gross. Okay, I'll toss a have at thee. We'll stand up. Draw an unflappable. Annabelle. 2/4. There's a desperate defense. Okay, that'll help. Okay, so starting out, we'll place 1 or 2 here, and we'll take a damage. Drax Protection, that's always the death of me as well. Yeah, I don't know what I've been doing. Maybe I just haven't been playing a lot of solo protection recently, but this crisis icon is killing me, right? It's so hard to get rid of that 1. She doesn't even have a small thwart event. Yeah. And it's so like situational, right? It's 5 thwart, right? But it costs 2, and you have to defeat the ally or the enemy that has the death glow attached. So it's just like, it's a lot of like prereqs. So that makes it pretty tough. Okay, so Taskmaster is going to attack. I'm going to electrostatic armor to desperate defense. So I'm going to defend for 3, and he's attacking for 2 plus 1, so 3. So I get her ready. And then we're doing a bad card. Another capture by Hydra. Shoot. Acceleration token doesn't even kill me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 3. I'm having such a hard time with these acceleration cards. Oh man. Okay, so we are going to exhaust Quinn Carrier, toss a Victor to play an Annabelle Riggs. Annabelle Riggs is going to thwart one off of Hydra Patrol, which means that we will take the Hydra regular. Then Valkyrie will hit the Hydra regular to kill it. I'm going to hold on to Unflappable. We will stand up. We'll draw some cards. Ever Vigilant. Okay. Because I do have Aerial. Armored Vest. So 2, 3. There's Flight. Okay. Valkyrie Spear. Okay. I think the if possible, the first two. Yeah, I think so. I really do. I think you're right. I think you are right. So, okay, so start of this, we're going to place 3. So it goes up to 9. I take a damage. Taskmaster is going to attack for 2. I'm going to have Annabelle take it. So 2 plus deal 1 damage to each character you control. So does boost effect happen first? So like, I always forget the timing of that. So like, do I deal the damage first to Annabelle and then she's no longer declared the attacker? Or is that Lord of the Rings? That may be Lord of the Rings. Boost happens first. Bummer. Okay, so Annabelle dies. I take a damage, and then he hits me for 2. I'll negate 1 of that. So I'll take 1 and throw 1 back onto him. So he's down to 4. Okay. Shoot. Okay. Then my bad card is villain gains retaliate 1. And exhaust my hero, spend 2 lightning resources to get rid of this card, and he has +1 attack. Same as Lord of the Rings here. Yep, okay. Okay, so here we go. Okay, so we're going to at 5. I'm going to exhaust Quinn Carrier to attach the Death Glow to Taskmaster. We are going to toss a Ever Vigilant and an Unflappable to play Flight of the Valkyrie. We are going to attack Taskmaster, taking him into round 2. We're going to discard Flight, but there's a lot of things that are happening. So this goes out. Taskmaster still has all of these. We get an encounter card. I take 2 damage, and he goes up to 16. Okay. And then we discard this. We're going to take care of this. Get rid of this acceleration. And we get Shang-Chi. Can't stun him, unfortunately. But I can throw Shang-Chi down. Oh, and I get to ready. We will toss the Armored Vest to play Valkyrie Spear. +1/+1. We will. Same. Me too. because then I would have been able to grab this too. I think I thwart Shang-Chi here off the main. Yeah, he still thwarts for 2, which is good. I'm trying to figure out. So this is going to go up to 11. I take a damage. Or I can grab whoever this is next turn. I think I do that. I'm going to take 2 off of Captured by Hydra. It's the risky play, but it's how I'm doing it. So, and then we'll thwart for 1 here. We'll stand up. Draw Ever Vigilant. Hard to ignore. Shield Maiden. I didn't put the stupid thing on it though. And Strength. Okay. Okay, so we will place 2 here on the main scheme, so that goes up to 11. And I will take a damage. Nope, wrong one. And then he's attacking me for 3. I'll defend for 2. Plus 2, so that's game. Bummer. Okay, there's some workshop to do, but I like this in a multiplayer, but not in solo. I think that this would be a lot of fun in a multiplayer setting, but I think like there were a couple of misplays. Like I think you do to just take out the that side scheme here first. I should have had Shang-Chi take it, but I don't know. But no, it was resolving 2. So he was advancing anyway, so we would have lost no matter what. So a little unfortunate. I think that this works well in multiplayer, right? If you have someone else that can help with the thwart, I really like this deck. It's just not a solo deck. So yeah, let's talk about Valkyrie a little bit. So I think that Valkyrie is not a solo hero. I don't think that I really love her solo. She seems much better in multiplayer and protection. I like in multiplayer too. So much truth in that statement. Like I am very, very excited for her multiplayer. I don't know how much I want to pull her out in a solo player again. I think that running Justice is probably her best aspect, right? Because you have one way or another's, you have ways to mitigate that thwart, and then you can use one way or another's, and then the whatever that card is, where you go find the villain or find the ally or the minion, choose or the slain, to just fuel your death glow, right? And you can one way or another is fuel the death blows, just draw a bunch of cards and just run through all of the minions with the death blow. So I think that that's a really fun way to play and a viable way to play solo. I like the way that leadership worked with that. So protection, like I really want to try protection with her in multiplayer. I think that's probably the hardest. That's a hard call to make where I would rank protection. But honestly, like if I'm ranking them as of today with how I played, I would say that like protection's my least favorite with her, just because she has no way of handling side schemes, which I think is like a common problem in solo player protection, but it just felt frustrating in this sense. So I think I would rank it like that. I would rank it Justice first, then leadership, then aggression, then protection. And I think that those are a little bit soured because I lost in aggression and protection. I think aggression could be a little bit better, just like playing the cards a little bit differently, just taking care of that. I wouldn't have thwarted out so soon. So I think that is something there's something to be said about that. But all in all, I liked her. I like her a lot. I like her a lot more than people said I would like her, which is kind of fun. Like I think that a lot of people were kind of, very down on her. I don't think that at all. She's she's a multiplayer hero though, so I just don't know if how often she gets to the table in solo. So those are kind of my thoughts. I also think that with this death glow there is a little bit of like mitigation that can go along here. I think if this death glow had Asgard, if this death glow had Avengers, if this death glow was a superpower, then it gets a lot easier to play, right? You got death focus, you got team building exercise, you got other things that allow you to help pay for it, and I think that makes death glow a little bit easier to play. Maybe we'll see a card in the future that allows us to negate something, a condition or something that's super specific, and then we can start seeing a little bit more conditions come out. But like as of right now, it feels a little clunky outside of like Justice. So those are kind of my thoughts. I think that it was a good hero, or not necessarily a good hero. I think that she's a fun hero, right? I'm looking forward to learning about her more and playing with her more, and that I think that she can be pretty good in multiplayer, and so I'm looking forward to that. So I am curious about your thoughts, like as you play. Everyone in the chat, as you play, let us know in the Discord what your thoughts are. If you're watching on YouTube, first join the Discord, and then also let me know in the comments below, because I've heard a lot of like sour taste, and I think what that is that she seems to be a hero that is good, not great, and we've been getting a lot of great heroes recently, and so comparative to like the Venoms and the Star-Lords and Vision was okay. But like compared to those, she seems very bad. But you compare her to some of the older heroes that we think of as like B tier heroes, I think that she fits right in. She's not a bad hero at all. So it was a lot of fun playing through these. I'm looking forward to the next. What is our next hero? Is our next hero Sinister Modus? Do we have something before Sinister Modus? Yeah, Josh, I hope you get her tomorrow too. It'll be a lot of fun. But yeah, so we don't have. I can't think of the hero that's coming out next. It may be Sinister Modus in March, which is the current. But we may be running low on some Marvel content here up in the upcoming months. But we'll definitely. Yep, Sinister Modus is coming out next. Wow. Okay, cool. So March. So I guess we got 2 in January. So we don't get one in February, but it doesn't mean we're not going to be playing Champions. So kind of the upcoming schedule, we got Lord of the Rings tomorrow. So we're going to be doing I don't remember the quest. It's the one with all the snow. We're doing a lot of snow tomorrow in Lord of the Rings. We're taking on Hela. D20 and I are taking on Hela next Wednesday with our Nebula and Gamora team up, and then on Friday we'll be going back to Arkham. So a lot more living card games coming up. Looking forward to it. Thank you all for hanging out, and have a great rest of your weekend. Have a great night. Peace.